Hey there, how's it going? 42nd YouTube guys. Hope everybody's doing alright today. We're going to go ahead and launch straight out with another Armory episode. I'm going to try and get the ball rolling here. Today we're going to be taking a look at Frontline Nations. It's called Storm. Pretty cool game. As you see here, it's pretty expansive. This is a very big map. Lots of regions. I think 100 countries, 500 different types of cities, but basically you can kind of think of this as a grand real-time strategy game mixed with a few other elements. What we're going to be looking at first off is a little bit of the units, what type of units there are, and what they kind of do. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm setting up my first attack on Egypt. This is the campaign that I'm doing here. Towards the end of the video, I'll show you the campaign selection screen. Normally I do it in the front, but the media is not working at the moment, so I'm going to add it in at the very end of the video after I have a chance to figure out what's wrong with it. Basically, what this game is a story or open-ended campaign game that you're going to play. It's got multiplayer support. Here you're going to see the region where I have the troops. You can control the individual squadrons. You don't control individual soldiers, you control the squads, which is the group of them. So you're not going to have, single soldier support where you're going to be able to move one particular guy or even 2 or 3 particular guys. You're going to be moving the entire squadron. Here's what you're seeing is the biological chemical warfare section that you can develop from your factions arsenal. These are the troops that you guys have available. What's pretty cool is I know it looks like there's a limited selection of troops, but what you're going to see here is once you find the type of troop that you want, really what you're looking for, there's a customization option to change what these troops do. And there it is there. You'll see I'm going to give these guys an anti-tank weapon, make them more effective against tanks. And basically you recruit units depending on how much money you have. At the top right of the screen there, I think I got 100. I'm going to just call them dollars because I'm not exactly sure what they are, but basically that's how you do it. Just like any other game, you have a set amount of money. You earn more money by taking over regions and improving the region. That's to say building enhancements to it, which is where the game kind of gets its building aspect. Engineers can build certain structures, barracks, airfields. Each structure is where you can deploy that type of unit. If you build a barracks, you can deploy infantry. If you build an airfield, you can deploy soldiers. And if you build a naval station, you can deploy naval units. I haven't had a chance to play the actual naval side. I've never been in a conflict with a nation that had naval support, at least since I've played it. So I can't really give you too much insight on there, but there's the technology tree that you just saw. Lets you improve the tech for your guys. It's just really expansive, and that's what makes it cool, and that's why it's coming out of the Armory, because from what I understand, this game has little to no recognition, and it's just a really cool game that I think everybody should see. Here you're going to see the battle screen. This is set up kind of like almost like a Rome Total War or any really kind of Total War game, where it has your side versus the other side, and the expected outcome, and so on and so forth. So you can automatically resolve it, or you can play it. We're going to play today, just to show you the kind of combat. What you have here first off is the unit deploy screen, where you're going to deploy your units onto the battlefield. Depending on which way you attack a region is going to determine where your starting point is. If you attack from the left, you're going to come from the left. If you attack from the right, you're going to come to the right from the right, and so on and so forth. So I went ahead and deployed my units here. I actually won this battle, and I won it pretty well. What I did is I noticed I had a mountain here, so I flanked 2 guys right, and I flanked the other 3 squads left. Which tactics play a really big part, because you get bonus from attacking from behind and the artillery, and it's really in depth. The combat it's pretty cool if you like the grand strategy kind of feel. Now, if you're a fast-paced kind of action, real-time strategy guy, this may not be for you. You may like it, you may not. It's really going to depend on your personal preference. So first you order your guys around where you want them to go, and then you click the end phase, and then it'll change to the action phase as you see, and they'll start moving to the designated areas. Now you get bonuses for being in the cities. They provide you cover. For infantry, really, if you take a tank into a city, on the other hand, the infantry gain a bonus against your tank because it's hard for a tank to fight in, the close quarter combat. So you really got to support your tanks with your infantry. You can't just build a bunch of tanks because you'll get messed up if the infantry bunker down in the city. You also have the artillery support here. You're going to see me use that. It's pretty cool. I have one Bradley infantry fighting vehicle here in this squad, and I also have another squad over here with a mortar that you're going to see as well. And I equipped both of these from the menu in the campaign. So you outfit your troops to how you're going to use them. That's to say, I didn't need a bunch of infantry squads with rifles. I needed infantry squads with this or that particular weapon. So we went ahead and started securing the objectives, because that's the point for this particular mission type, is to secure the flags and gain the points for the system to build up. Once you get enough points, you win. In addition to just the normal combat, each unit has some particular effects that it can do, like you'll see here. This is my artillery. Just hold it to fire on that square there. Infantry have an assault option where they'll charge the enemy. They gain a bonus, but I kind of walked into an ambush right here. Here's a little bit of the combat. It is turn-based, but it looks almost real-time in a way, but it's not. But that's why I like it. It's kind of cool for me, and I really appreciate what this game does as far as the combat system goes, because every once in a while it's good to get away from that, run a gun and shoot this and shoot that all the time. Really just bugs me. So we're gonna tell our super duper cool tank to come up here and shoot this guy in the back, and of course we're gonna support him with our mortars because we're American, and we gotta blow shit up. We can't just fight on the ground. So we're going to blow some shit up here. You'll see there's some mortar effects. They're pretty cool. I have the effects turned down a little bit, so you got a high-end PC, you can still witness the cool effects that the game has to offer without sacrificing, how it looks. The game runs really smooth. I think even while I was recording, I was getting about 35 frames a second, which is good for my computer. I don't even know how I make most of these videos I put out, but here's my mortar team giving some support to my infantry team that's pinned down in the city here. We're going to go ahead and take these guys out, and there's the assault option. Now I'm going to forget how to do this, so bear with me. But I also have another infantry unit behind, so you're getting to see a little bit of the combat here, and what makes this game unique. Like I said, I like it. We can poke fun at it all day for being a grand strategy game, and oh yeah, this shit's kind of boring, but it really isn't once you get into it. You start working on the politics side, and is this country going to attack me? Is that country going to attack me? And it's even fun picking on countries. Like I went over here and destroyed Egypt because you know what? I feel like going to the pyramids. So that's really my whole reason for hitting Egypt first. Is I believe I was a pharaoh, so I'm going to be a pharaoh eventually. When I get there in the game, it's kind of tough. You'll see here's a day and night cycle. Combat's been going on for too many turns, so it turns night. Weather effects are in full effect. For this one, they're not actually there because it was clear, as you saw before. So you'll have dust storms, snowstorms, rainstorms, any type of storms you can possibly think of. But we're chewing up this unit in the city, and I believe they decide to flee after a few minutes because my tank is sitting on the outside pounding them. And my artillery piece was pretty close, and I didn't want to get that blown up, so we're going to go ahead and move that back. And it, like I said earlier, it kind of just plays into the grand strategy where you got to move your units to keep them out of the engagement, and you really got to build your lines up, because if this happens to you, you might not be as good as I am, and you might get fucked up. So you really got to watch what you're doing. If you want to see me get fucked up, just wait a few more minutes, because I'm going to, trust me. It's inevitable. I don't know why. Maybe because games fucking hate me, but they'll figure out a way to fuck me up anytime. So here we go. This is pretty much the end of the combat here. I moved that unit out, and then my tank really destroys them here. I put them on assault. Gives them a little bonus. You'll see here, these are some extra things that you can do, such as jam your enemy's UAV, or you can launch your own UAV, or do some electronic warfare, crash helicopters out of the sky, that kind of thing. The battlefield's actually pretty big as well. This is a smaller one. I believe this is small as far as the size. There's huge battlefields, probably up to 500 squares. Here's where I'm going to get fucked up, and this is what I'm doing. Is I want to show you the automation for the auto resolve, which is why you should never do it. I clearly outnumbered them, and look at that. They destroyed all my units, and I destroyed one of theirs. So, I don't know how it happens. I had infantry, a tank, I had tons of stuff. It was ridiculous. But anyways, this is a cool game. It does have some flaws. Definitely needs a patient person to play it. So if you like the grand strategy deal and you like games like that, this is definitely a good pickup. I believe it's about $39 or $29, one of the two. Definitely worth a pickup. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Armory. We're going to go ahead and cut it here. I hope everybody has a nice day. Likes, comment, subscribe. If you like the video, leave me some feedback. Like I've been mentioning earlier, if you got a game that you want to see on here, just let me know. I'll get it if I don't already have it, and we'll bring out your hidden gem. So everybody have a nice day, and we'll see you next time in the Armory.